Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I am in Ishgard again this morning. I did miss yesterday's stream, for which I am sorry. I had something happen in the morning that prevented me from streaming. So today we are going to be focusing on leveling my crafters in Final Fantasy XIV. More because I want my crafters to be leveled than anything else. And to do so, I will be here in Ishgard Restoration, and I am going to have to go gathering because I remembered before I started the stream that I still am low on the aluminum. So I do need to go gather that, unfortunately, in order to continue leveling my carpenter here. And I am going to take a look at, actually before we go, what is needed to level my weaver, so that way I can maybe gather some of that while there. It requires wool. Of course it requires wool. I actually don't think I have anything for wool right now. Just want to see how much of the other materials I actually have. 280 of that. And that is the cotton ball, which I have 325. So I just need to gather wool for this character then. Alright, off to the diadem. So I can gather that aluminum so I can level my crafter. Hopefully I'll soon have enough of the Sky Builder scripts so that way I can get the next mount. Oh, I just did the quest for this guy this morning. Super happy to have him. That's why I have him here instead of just the full-on random mounts, is because I kind of wanted to see my new mount. Let's just go with grade 2 for now. More because I don't know what this guy is going to require. Or for matter what level I am on that class. I will eventually upgrade my armor so that I have level 80 armor. But for now, the level whatever I'm wearing should be fine. 74. I did finally put materia in my gathering gear. It only took me forever to decide to do that. Ooh, there's what I'm after. Tomorrow's stream is going to be a leveling stream, most likely in World of Warcraft, since I have a lot of characters I need to level in that game. And because the only method I use for leveling in this game for leveling battle jobs is doing beast tribes and lots and lots and lots of dungeons. We'll probably swap back on the next one. Just wanted to see him a couple times before I got the random mount. I'm just so happy I finally have that dragon mount. And of course I get this one instead. That's funny. Okay, where is it? There it is. I know this is probably a little bit boring of a stream, but it's something I need to get done, and I have not been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV as of late. I will be next week. Patch 5.4 comes out. And I'll be running through the story. Hopefully I don't need more gear than what I have. I probably will need more gear, but oh well. The only gear block that are in those, I think, is the dungeon, so we shall see. We shall see. I realize I could probably check the blacksmith. Ishgard. Silver and titanium. Interesting. What's the other thing? Cobalt. Cobalt should be easy enough to gather. So should the wool, but still. It's going to be a lot of grinding sheep. At least I think that's how you get wool. Type in WoW instead of wool. Yep, the fleece is from sheep, so that's going to be a lot of mining sheep. Fun day. I still need to level my fisher for gatherers too, it's just, I don't want to. I eventually will because I kind of want the title, but yeah. Fishing has never been my forte in video games. I think I've only once maxed out Fisher in World of Warcraft. Thankfully, it is not a gathering profession in Guild Wars 2. Although fishing in this game is very different from others, so who knows, maybe getting past level 50 is more fun. We shall see. Oh, I can get some monsters here in a sec. Let's get this first. I don't know how many of these I need to get to level 70, but I do know I need a fair few. Currently I can craft, if the aluminum wasn't a factor, 20, so I'm going to try to get up to 200 of these so that way I can craft the 20 that I can craft from the other materials. Because it will probably take all 20 to get up to level 80. I also kind of want to try the in-game content for crafters in this game at some point. Oh, I just realized I have a fan going. Give me a second to go turn that off. Sorry about that. I kept trying to remind myself to turn that off before the stream started and I kept forgetting. Well, I can do this one. And a gigantic plant monster comes up behind me. Luckily they don't attack unless I right-click on them and I'm close enough for a melee attack. which will one-shot you as a crafter. Gather. It would one-shot you as a crafter too, but it will one-shot you as a gatherer. Early morning. So this weekend I am going to be setting up my streams for Twitch. And next week they should be moving to Twitch. It's a little bit less work on Twitch not actually less work. I just don't have to come up with a thumbnail every time. Which is one of the reasons why I also have been struggling with getting the Dragon Age thing going. Yesterday was other factors, but the rest of it has just been not being able to figure out what I want the thumbnail to be. So, yep. Lots of gathering materials I don't currently need. Good news, they should be worth some Skybuilder scripts. I'll eventually get the amount required for another mount. And then I can start working on saving for the next mount. Because another mount should be coming with the update to Ishgard Restoration sometime after 5... It's either 5.41 or a patch after that Ishgard updates in. If it's gonna get an update. I haven't taken a look at the site yet. Or the news regarding the restoration. Or 5.4 in general. I watched the trailer! That's as far as I got. Really looking forward to what happens next in the storyline. More because now that the Shadowbringer storyline is over since 5.3 concluded, we are starting to get into the storyline for the next expansion. And it will be very interesting to see what we get with the next expansion. Not that I'm ready for Shadowbringers to be over with. I almost said Shadowlands. Oh, I'm playing too much WoW. Too many expansions with Shadow in it. Please. I almost said, please don't make the next Guild Wars 2 a Shadow one, and it's not a Shadow one. It's the end of Dragons. If that title also means it's the end of Aurene, though, I'm going to be super sad. I say as I'm surrounded by 2 Aurene figures and a Grahatia item. And Grahatia is my favorite character in this game. Aurene is my favorite in Dragon Age. I mean, not Dragon Age. God, brain, wake up. In Guild Wars 2. Aurene is my favorite character in Guild Wars 2. Woo! I have enough. I also, at some point, really need to catch up on the story for my crafters and gatherers. Just not looking forward to it, because a lot of the level 50 to 60 storylines for them require unspoiled nodes, which means waiting around for them to spawn and researching where they would be at. Or buying the materials off of the auction house would also probably work. just I'm not made of gil. I'm actually running fairly low on gil. I think I only have 135k. Which a lot of people starting out the game will say, wow, that's a lot of gil. And I say, when you're leveling a crafter, no, it is not a lot of gil. Or leveling anything for that matter, and you need to buy the armor to upgrade it. You spin the 100k very quickly. Very, very quickly. Hey, I'm almost up to 100 of these. I'm hoping to get this run done quickly so I can spend most of the stream actually... Well, it won't be most of the stream. Most of the stream's probably going to be spent on gathering because those 20 will probably last only so long. In my mind, it will last for a very long time, but it also depends on if those 20 will see me to level 80. I believe... Yeah, 74, so 20 will definitely get me to level 80. Probably beyond level 80, so definitely don't want to use all the materials. That's on cooldown. Okay. Definitely can only get the 5 then. Alright. So, I want them all at level 80 more than just to also have them at level 80. As I said before in the stream, I really want to see what the end game for crafters is like. I know it's going to be a lot of trying to get the... God, what are they called? The white crafter scripts and the yellow crafter scripts to unlock the recipes at a higher level than... higher tier, not level. In order to get the rarer items unlocked. Which does mean that I need to do my weeklies still with, even though I have it maxed out, get the weeklies done for the collectibles. Because those seem to be the only source that I can find thus far, still relatively new to crafting in the game, for the scripts. And the more scripts, the better. Although I should probably spend some of the scripts I currently have, because otherwise I'm going to get at cap fairly quickly. I probably could have done this guy. Didn't think. At least I hope 20 will be able to see me to level 80. Otherwise I'm going to be gathering again for my carpenter. The only thing I'd set up differently, because I don't think you can actually move this from game to game, is the special action button. In World of Warcraft, my special action button's over here. I also have more stuff down here in WoW than up here. The good news is also once I finished leveling all of the crafters, I can just run Diadem to sell the materials rather than trying to do the crafters for it. I just realized I never got the one thing I was actually aiming for, so I probably will have to buy that on the market board from the Cupo of Fortune, which is something that you can do here. When you're crafting, you end up getting lottery tickets, basically, for the Cupo of Fortune, or Cupo of Fortune tickets. You have to get 5 stamps to get 1 ticket. And I've just had abysmal luck this time around. So I do need to see what the glamour I was trying to get sells for so I can just buy it. Because it is a glamour I really would like to have. Did I not complete something? I think I missed one. Whoops. I'm gonna go grab him and then I'll go back and backtrack and grab the one that I probably missed. Yes, I missed one. Missed one and you only end up going down one side the entire time and you lose tons of materials. Especially if you're after a certain material. Which I am, and if you're after a certain material and you can only go down one side, you don't know if the other ones are spawning the material you need. There we go. There's the material. I mean, the node. You'd think after 2 glasses of tea my brain would be awake. I feel like it's a dead man zone, but it's also really early in the morning. So it's not actually shocking that it's this empty. Also the fact that since 5.4 comes out next week, people are probably not focusing as much on the crafting and just their 5.4 preparations. Or taking a break. I didn't complete a lot of the stuff between 5.3 and 5.4, such as my samurai doesn't have his fully upgraded relic weapon, which is one of the 3 I actually wanted to have, well, 4 I suppose, wanted to have the fully upgraded relic weapon. But it shouldn't be too bad just going back and getting it myself. Especially since the dungeon that I run is one fairly quick and I know how to tank and heal it, so whatever's required I can still do. And I didn't do anything in the Basha Southern Front really, because as a solo player it's not really fun unless you can find a group. I mean, it's interesting content, and those who like it are welcome to like it. I could see the appeal of it, I just didn't, it wasn't my niche. And honestly, if it would make more sense if they made the items that are required for the relic to drop evenly between that and the Heaven's Ward fates. Because that would incentivize more people who are just after the relic to also do pashta. Anyway, that's way off topic of what this stream's even about. Which is gathering materials at this point. Because there's only 2. I think I'm thinking of the last... the update before this one where it had 4 that would spawn there. I wasn't even paying attention for the materials I might need for the next crafter. Oh well. Or the next 2 crafters. Hey, there's someone here. Hi, other person. Day 1 of an Ishgard update, this place is going to be so full. Probably sell all my mats and stuff this weekend. Because there would be no point in holding on to it. Well, not this weekend. The weekend before the next Ishgard update. Ishgard Restoration update, I'll sell it. Selling it this weekend would be silly. Yeah, no selling it this weekend. These guys you don't run into again after here. Or the next place, so I might as well grab him. I think, yeah, I'm almost through the diadem, which means then I can actually start leveling my crafter. Wanting a little bit more of an island to do after this island. Yep. Nope. Two islands left to do after this. God. I don't know why I skipped this island in my head, but I did. So 2 islands left to do and a little bit of the entrance island. And then on to leveling the crafter. What did... I have enough materials for that one. It's this one I'm worried about. Titanium and hard silver. There we go. Hard silver sand. I'm gonna go grab this guy up here. How am I doing on crystals? Okay-ish. Hey, more hard silver sand. We're just rolling in that hard silver sand now. We have a whole 10. We probably, I probably have more than a whole 10. Still haven't run into that titanium. Well, probably have run into the titanium, I just wasn't paying attention. Or it's on the same node as the other material I'm after, in which case, down the line for gathering it. Especially since I don't think I'll actually be getting to the blacksmith until after 5.41 or whenever the Ishgard Restoration updates happen. After the stream, I need to go and check the price of that one thing. That's for sure. Woohoo! We now have 15 hard silver sand. So much of it. I really need to do inventory management on this guy. Both in his inventory and in all of my retainers' inventory. Yep, the titanium is on the same node as the aluminum. Which means, nope, not getting it. I need the other material more. Of course it has to be. I have a feeling level 80 gear for crafters and gatherers is going to be super expensive. Unless I craft it myself. Which I suppose is an option. I don't think this one... I can craft a culinarian and a alchemist. Both of which are not level 80 yet. Completely useful. It's so useful, I don't know what to say. Probably something here I can craft. Yep, I can craft the level 80 jewelry. Just a matter of finding where the materials drop or buying it. And it looks like it's only the crafter jewelry, not gatherer. Which is fine. What do you mean I can't get 15 of those? See? Now I can get 15 of those. Hopefully your morning is going pretty good. Hopefully. I'm hoping that the weather holds to being good today and maybe we'll eventually get some snow. I'm gonna grab this guy. Thank you for your contribution of crystals. It is much appreciated. We're almost there. Kind of. This is the longest island. And will take even longer if I keep forgetting to mount up. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's like, where's the next node? Get lost in the diadem. Actually, if I went off of the beaten path, I probably would get lost in the diadem. which is probably why I don't have it explored yet. Even though it would probably be useful for finding the rare materials for the unspoiled nodes. Not there yet, so not too worried about it. I'm not aiming for top crafter or anything like that come next release. I'm kinda hoping that they do something like this again. Or at least that Ishgard Restoration itself never goes away. One, it's a really good way to level crafters and gatherers, and two, it has a lot of really neat and fun rewards. And achievements that you can work towards. All of which are more than fun. I am so glad that they made it so that these will just keep going up and along this path here, so you don't have to go back and forth on this really wide portion. Makes it so much easier. At least I think this one does that. I could be wrong. I know botany doesn't do that. I almost call it something else. It's botany. I really wish other MMOs took a leaf out of this one's book for the way that they handle crafters and gatherers, with them being their own separate class. But then again, the only way that this would be ever able to be replicated is if they adopted the system where you can be every class and job in the game. Starting to run low on those, I should probably... And then I forget to click the button. I should probably run the Gather Beast Tribe again. Seems to give one per quest. Could get a crystal. Could go after him though. Sorry about yawning. And then back to the beaten path. Almost there. I love the music in this game. For some odd reason, other video games I play, even when the music is on low, it seems loud. Probably haven't been gathering the hard silver as much as I should have. Granted, it's all dependent on if I can get certain things leveled before then. It would be nice to have all of them leveled before the Ishgard Restoration update, so that way I can just sell all the low-level materials. But for now, it is what it is. $200. So I did meet my goal. So I should be able to craft about 20 of the one item I was actually after. Sweet. We'll see if that'll be actually enough to get me there. I'm hoping that 20 will. Probably not, though. It's been an hour in the diadem. Sorry about that. Hopefully the next hour will just be spent on crafters. Although I might have to go gather fleece. I might just buy the fleece. I don't think I have any fleece whatsoever, so... Because it would take a little bit longer to gather fleece for the weaver. But who knows, who knows. Let me just grab 2 plants instead of backtracking a lot. Besides, the more materials, the merrier. I might take stock of what I do and don't need before 5.4 and just sell what I don't need for leveling the rest of my crafters and sell everything else. Not on stream though. I will worry about that after stream. Down to grab one more guy, and then we're done with the diadem. Woohoo! For today. There we go. Probably tried to mount up and moved. Because I could have sworn I clicked the button. Yes, yes, I want to leave the diadem. That didn't even get me up to 7,000. Sad day is sad. Almost level 75. Let's not end up taking everything out of his inventory. Putting it in mine. That defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. Which is clear my inventory for the purpose of crafting. All right. Now the fun part of playing a macro. More because I know if I don't use the macro, I probably won't get it to a high enough level to be able to turn it in. Yep. Alright. No! I didn't want to start on poor. Oh, ouch, painful. Hopefully it's enough to be able to turn it in. The condition of the material will dictate how much quality you can get if you're working on the quality part. It doesn't have an effect at all on the progress, it's just the quality. So the ones that you generally aim for are excellent and good, but they are random. And given the fact that they are random, you can never predict when you're going to get one. But see, a good just popped up, and so it's going to give me a little bit more on the quality than it would have if it had been normal, and way more if it had been poor. Poor only appears when you get an excellent, and right after the excellent it'll turn to poor. The condition almost always returns back to normal after a good or a poor. Actually, it will always turn back to normal. See, I got an excellent, so this is what happens when you get an excellent. I completely maxed out the quality of the item. Rather than having it go down to 2,000. And the durability of the item here will... It's the durability of your item, as it says. If it hits 0, the item breaks and you sometimes lose all of the materials that you were using to craft that item. And other times you end up... I think it's more lenient earlier levels, because when I was first leveling this, I wasn't always losing the materials, which I thought was really strange. And then I started losing the materials at higher levels. Yeah, the 2,000 should be enough to get me the experience. With Ishgard Restoration, when you're crafting an item, the durability is going to dictate how much experience you get and how many Sky Builder scripts you're going to get. Has no effect on the Koopa of Fortune, because as long as it's the minimum amount of quality, you should be able to get the minimum experience and the minimum amount of Sky Builder scripts for that level of item. However, if it is lower than that, you can't turn it in at all, and it's basically just giving you the XP for crafting it. That's it. And I have had to do that before when I was... Another poor. When I was just starting out, because my gear wasn't at a good enough level yet to be able to do it. So sometimes I end up without an item to turn in, which is kind of a waste of materials to a degree. So with that last sink, you see that I got down to 0 durability. However, I completed the craft, so the item was perfectly fine. As long as the craft is completed by the time the durability reaches 0, you don't need to worry about losing the materials or anything like that. Another poor. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of pours today. Followed up by an excellent. Oh, that's funny. It is definitely, the condition is definitely something you can never predict what you're going to get. And unfortunately, there are abilities that are you required to have a condition good or excellent in order to use, such as this here, which is precise touch, and this here, which is patient... Is it patient touch? Might not be patient touch that requires it. I do know that there's another ability that requires it in order to use. Plus this here, which will give you more of your durability back. No, not your durability, sorry. It gives more of your crafting points back. Which crafting points I view as a kind of like your mana. It's just for crafters instead. Or magic points if you'd rather call it a magic point. For the trying to figure out what definitely I try to avoid the ones that have success rates that are under 100% because knowing my luck, it would not be completing the craft then. I actually got my macros from another person, so if I can find their video, I'll try and link it in the description when this turns up to be a video, so that people can find where I got those from. If anyone's ever interested in running Ishgard Restoration. The only thing I can't get that is recommended from that YouTuber and on the sheet is the CP required for leveling 60 to 70, or 61 to 71. And I'm fairly certain I need food and other things to be able to get there. I just haven't been able to figure out how. Because I have the armor that is required. I have as much of the CP as I can possibly put into the armor through materia and everything like that. Yet I still can't get the amount needed for those crafts. Which is... Okay, I didn't click the wrong button for a second there. I thought I clicked Shift 3 and I was like, wait a second. That's not good. That's a waste of materials. Ah! Anyway, it's just a matter of trying to figure out how to do that. And I do have materia in almost every slot of my crafting gear in order to get the CP levels needed. If you take a look at my offhand here, it shows a red CP. It just means not all of the +4 is being used. It's using the amount that can be used, but not all of it is being used. Say, wait, what was I doing? And generally with materia, you don't really want to do that. It's just really expensive to buy the correct amount on the auction house. Or trading post, whichever you prefer calling it. Before I go into the next craft, the reason I have two, you have two here on each and every item, is this is your normal quality material and this is your high quality material. You can't get high quality for approved grade 3 Ishgard materials, but you can for this. And what having a high quality will do is it ups the quality of the item before you begin. So if we take a look, when I click synthesize, right here you'll see the collectability or quality already at 93. So the quality is at 939 and the collectability is at 93. And that wouldn't be there if I wasn't using one high quality item. But because I am using a high quality item, it's there. And you can get high quality items through getting the quality up on an item, and then if it is maxed out on the bar, for normal things, this is a collecting item, so it doesn't have a quality, doesn't have the chance at proccing to become rare. It just increases the collectability rate. So the higher this is here, the higher chance that you would have at getting a rare quality item, or a high quality item. And the more high quality items that you have that you're starting out with from raw materials to craft the next material, the higher of it, the easier it will be to get it a max high quality range to make sure it is 100% chance at getting the high quality item towards the end. Such as when you're crafting gear, if you can get all high quality on the materials required to craft the gear, then you can get a 100% chance if you manage to get that bar all the way up. Generally, if you have all high quality, it'll fill the bar halfway, and then the rest is up to you to be able to get to the quality rating required. And the chance will actually be shown down here on normal crafting items for your chance at proccing a high quality item. At least that's my understanding of it. Alright, I'm going to turn in now that I have 10. So, understanding Ishgard real fast, the compatibility at the lowest is here, so one of mine is definitely going to be the lowest possible experience and Sky Builder scripts that I can get, whereas some of the other ones will be at the highest possibility of Sky Builder scripts and experience that I can gain for these items. So this guy here is definitely in the low. But it still is a lot of experience points regardless. The next one here is going to be the medium, so I'm going to be getting 20, and then the 312,000 experience. It does make a difference, it just isn't always going to be what you're paying attention to. And this item here that I'm turning in qualifies for the highest level. And these are the Koopa Fortune that I'm collecting right now, for the thing that I was trying to get the glamour for. Which the next time around I'll probably... Yeah, this is not going to see me up to level 80. Worth a try. Which means I'll probably be going back into the diadem again to get more materials. Or I'll just go buy some fleece and level up my weaver instead. Woohoo! Excellent! You can also expand and see what you have down here. And you can also do calculations, which allows you to experiment without losing your materials, which is new. Well, newer. It was added was it added last patch? 5.3 patch or 5.31? I can't remember. Yeah, I'll probably just go buy the fleece. That way we don't have to see me going back to the diadem again. Spending half the stream in the diadem was probably enough. I do prefer leveling one character at a time, but at the same time, me going around and gathering stuff is probably not the most exciting stream in the world. Granted, this is also probably not the most exciting stream in the world. Tomorrow will hopefully be more exciting. I don't know what character I'm planning on leveling. I do know it's going to be in World of Warcraft, though. It's either going to be one that I'm trying to get up to level 50, or one of the two that I'm trying to get up to level 60. It'd probably be better if I was in the Shadowlands content, but I really do want to get my characters up so that I can start leveling their crafting. So I can start making gold. Which reminds me that after the stream I need to log in and check and see if anything's sold. The one bad thing about wanting to do crafting in World of Warcraft is I need to keep a spreadsheet of who has what. That's the one bad thing. Ah, so close. I think it was 3,200 that I needed for the highest. Unfortunately, it is random on the condition that you can get, just because of the fact that the quality or collectability that you can get, because the condition is random. It'd be nice if it wasn't. Hello! Thank you for saying hello, Ash. Sorry, I wasn't looking at that monitor for a little while. Hopefully you're having a good day. A lolly-ho, I should have said. Still have not unlocked that emote. I need to unlock that emote. I also need to, at some point, level Lalafell just so I can see what the inside of those buildings are. Leveling crafters, how about you, Ash? All right. How many materials do I actually have left? Guess I'll check that when next it pops up. Yep, enough for another 5. That's it. At some point I also need to break down what these macros that I've been using actually do so I can understand the way crafting fully works. I mean, I was crafting the collectibles for the... Oh, God. For the Dragon Turn-In by hand just to try and understand it better, but... Ash says, I haven't been able to play much, been neck deep in MHW the last month or so. Well, I will wish you luck with what you're trying to do. Hopefully you'll have more free time to play. I completely understand. I haven't been playing this game much. This is actually, I think, the first time in... since the last stream that I've actually logged in to do something. Other than quickly run to the gold saucer to grab some... to grab the daily of the mini cack pot. Otherwise, I have not been doing much in this game either. Which is a shame, because I really do like Final Fantasy XIV. Hopefully everything works out for you though, Ash, and you're able to play again. It's only been an hour and I have run out of things I want to talk about. Although the music here is pretty good. Very peaceful. Normally right after an update happens here, or later on in the day, you just hear the continual sounds of people crafting. Ash says, I need to log on today, at least. Got to make sure my house is still there. Ooh, yes. Did they turn that back on? The demolition schedule? Yeah, making sure a house is still there is probably wise. Those things are expensive. And I don't want anyone to have to go through that little stress of hours on end of trying to make sure you get a house. I don't wish that on anybody. Oh my god. And it is one of the reasons I will never get a house. Granted, I don't even have an apartment yet, which is why my chocobo is still yellow. I agree. I don't want to find that out either for you. That would be very, very scary to find out that your house is gone. I think there was conversations at one point of turning it back on just because things are not improving currently, and it is causing other people to have to wait, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just, I don't want them to turn it back on right before things settle down, but at the same time I know that there's a lot of people waiting for housing. It's just kind of one of those things like, don't know. I just hope that your house is there and you don't have to go back through that clicking game, because that would not be fun. I cannot exit at this time. Probably a good thing I couldn't execute it at that time. I clicked Shift 3. So, fingers crossed that your home is still there and everything is still there for you and you don't have to do that again. Living nightmare there. Oh. I think once I get my crafting stuff completed, I'm going to save up to get the apartment. I have no idea where my apartment's going to be, though. I get an excellent proc right as I complete the craft. Of course I do! Isn't that the way it works? Oh, that's sad. Looks like I might be able to get up to 78, which means hopefully it would just be one more time through the diadem to finish leveling my carpenter. Yep, I didn't get through to 78. Ah, sad day. I'm gonna do the Koopa of Fortune and then go check things out on the market board. It's a full set. I have the Moogle approved. I want the other one. I don't want the Moogle approved. At least I think I had the Moogle approved. I could be wrong. I didn't want that either. Oh well, it's better than the fireworks. Give me the ugly duckling. Nope. Okay. No! I could have gotten the ugly duckling. Oh, that's a sad day. I doubt it's gonna be there. Nope, I got that instead. Which is better than what I would have gotten. Maybe. I don't know. Ouch. I am looking forward to the story. The one thing I'm not prepared for is getting the, I might not be fully geared on my main or on my secondary character for doing the dungeon right away. I am so excited for 5.4. I cannot wait to see what the story is going to bring. I'm glad you're also looking forward to it, Ash. I think the main thing I'm looking forward to, though, is the story. Not much else. Mainly because I have not been keeping up with Diadem. No, not Diadem. God. With the Relic grind, I have not been keeping up with the Bajra South and Front. I knew it would come to me eventually. Keeping up with Diadem. I just got done with Diadem. Last one for the Koopa. I'm also looking forward to being able to, I think I'm still leveling my trusts, so I won't be able to grind that dungeon. But I am looking forward to hopefully finishing my trusts at some point, so I can get the new gear from the dungeon. What about you? Is there something you're looking forward to, Ash? With 5.4 in particular? I know Bajra updates, and obviously the story is going to update. Eventually Ishgard will update. Field goes here. So I need fleece. Expensive is this? No one has a stack of 99 fleece? That's painful. Oh well. I might have to go back into the diadem, as I don't think I'm gonna have the materials to do much else. As says, all the new fights, dungeons, trials, and raid, I love the combat. the combat is a lot of fun. I admit I'm really far behind on the trials. I do need to finish unlocking all the trials. I really enjoy the combat in this game as well, especially healing. My main is currently White Mage, so I've been having a lot of fun healing the latest dungeons. I admit I have never tried healing in raids. Probably should at some point. I think this is the wrong character. Is it you? Yes. I don't entrust that to you, though. Okay. It has been a while since I've leveled my Weaver. A very long while since I've leveled my Weaver. Believe this will work. Here's for hoping. Ash says, it's not too bad, healing in Savages can be a nightmare. Oh, I'm never planning on doing Savages. I will eventually try healing in a raid. Not today, obviously. I have a lot planned for today, unfortunately, but I think in order to catch up on Eden, I'll probably try healing the Eden raid and then try and catch up on all that stuff. Especially since there's a lot of really cool armor sets from there. I probably should say yes, but it's more of a matter of time on catching up on certain things than it is anything else right now. I wasn't paying attention to what I just got. 225. Thank you so much for the offer. At the moment, it's more I just don't have time to do it. I'll probably play some of this game this weekend to finally catch up on the raids and trials. Otherwise, it still depends because I still have a lot I need to get done this weekend too. Thank you so much for the offer, though. I do appreciate it. Well, 250 get... Yeah, 250 will get me, something. Okay. Ash replied, I hear you there, and thank you. I just have too many games I'm trying to keep up with right now. I need to halt progress on one and focus on just catching up on the other. Because I'm behind not only in Final Fantasy XIV, but in World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2. So, I'm behind everywhere. I'm also behind in the videos I want to be making, and I just have so much I have to take care of in life itself. Gaming has been taking a backseat. You would think since I don't have an actual job right now that I would not be behind in everything. Oh god. Completely same there, Ash. Yep. Same. Real life is a bummer. Today, unfortunately, I have to take care of a lot of things and try and contact a lot of people over things and see where it goes. Hopefully today I'll have time to work on lore videos for either this game or Dragon Age. or my book. Last month, my free time was mainly spent working on my book because National Novel Writing Month had come up. And when Nano is up, I drop most other hobbies and just do Nano. Yeah. But all free time is dedicated to other things right now. Hopefully both of us will have more time to play the games we enjoy. Big, big hope there. So after I run out of materials for weaving, I probably will have to go do another diadem run, which unfortunately means diadem for part of the stream. Or I can go collect cobalt to start on my blacksmith. I am a... I should probably repeat your question. Ash says, oh, what kind of stuff do you write? I am a fantasy writer and science fiction writer. I write mainly... The way I used to describe it, which is no longer really true, is a cross between Star Wars, space opera, and Tolkien's high fantasy. Which, it kind of explains what I write, but not really anymore. My books are very political based right now, for the first one, and it is currently dealing with an illness that has struck the kingdom that the story takes place in. So, I write high fantasy mainly. Most of my current books that I'm currently working on don't actually even have humans in them, which is weird, I know, but the book I'm currently working on has elf-like, a race that are very elf-like as the main race, but I am classified as a high fantasy writer with some space opera mixed in, as I do eventually have characters going off into space and things like that. And probably political based as well. Genres are confusing at best sometimes. But thank you for asking. I do also write fanfictions. I haven't updated one in several months, but I write fanfiction for Star Wars and Dragon Age mainly. Trying to build a reader base for when I eventually have my own book published. If it ever gets published, it needs to get finished first. But once that's all done, it will actually be feeling pretty good when the book's done. I think I'm about 50k words in. Which is not... Ash says, interesting. Have you heard of Space Jammer? It's familiar. Similar. Oh, it's a D&D setting. Huh. I have never heard of it, no. I have played D&D before, though. I miss D&D. Been a very, very long time since I played D&D. The last campaign I played, the No worry, the autocorrect gets all of us, Ash. The last D&D game I ever played, the DM wanted to kill off all of our characters, and I was like, no! You can't make an unbeatable campaign, that's not fair. She resurrected them right afterwards. She's like, okay, you guys are all too attached to your characters, so I resurrected them. That was years ago now. The funniest part of that D&D campaign was actually she poisoned my character because I ordered water at a bar. And the water was not good water. She said, Flame, your character is now poisoned. Roll so your character doesn't die. My character didn't die. I think that was back in high school. Wow. It's been a very long time since I played D&D. I'll look into Space Jammer, see what it's about. Because it sounds interesting. I just realized I almost have 15 of these. I've just been doing it mindlessly. Ah! So Ash said you can, but it has to play into the story. That makes sense. Unfortunately, the only tabletop game I've recently played is... God, what is it called? Splendor. Ash says, I'm DMing a Wild Mount campaign at the moment. Sounds like fun. I admit I'm very far behind in what D&D can and cannot do, and campaigns that go on in it. It's been years since I played D&D. Most of the people I play board games with are family, and none of my family are into that kind of tabletop game. Probably could have a D&D game that is just 3 people, but it might not work. I do have one manual for it and some pre-made scenarios for D&D, but not a whole heck of a lot. I wish you luck with your Wild Mount campaign, though. It sounds like fun. Hopefully you guys are all staying safe while you're playing D&D. It would be actually a fairly good game to be able to play over Discord if you're not playing with a board. The way the last game I ever played with it, my DM didn't use a board at all. She just had a file folder up so that we couldn't see the campaign, and we all just played by rolling the dice and following along with her story. But as long as you guys are all staying safe, that is the good news. Scary, scary times right now. I'm not sure I want this character to get up to level 60, because that means then I have to manually do the leveling. No macro. I need to find another macro. didn't get up to level 60. How much materials do I have left? I can craft 5 more. Yeah, the most recent board game I played is Splendor. It's really fun. I feel bad that I keep winning when I play the 2-person. I finally got the person I was playing with to win a game by telling them how I do, ironically, how I play the auction house. Actually, it's called the Trading Post in Guild Wars 2. I told her how I play that. So Ash says, it is. Would you like to be part of mine? I do have space. We play over Discord using tabletop sim. Unfortunately, as I've been saying, I just don't have time for things. It would be really, really fun, but one of the reasons I haven't even joined a guild in any of the games I play is time. It's just time. It would be great to play D&D again, but no, unfortunately, no. The games that I do currently play are with the people I live with, and those are once a week if I can get them to start doing that again. And even then, it's probably not going to happen very often. At least I thought I could craft 5 of these. I guess I can't. I can craft 4. Whoops. 3. I can craft 3. Math. You would think a computer science major could do math. I do wish you guys all the fun for your tabletop game. And I hope that it continues to go well, and I'm glad that you guys are able to find ways to play safely during these horrible times. Thank you, Ash, and I will definitely keep it in mind. And that is all the crafting I can probably get done. I'm gonna go collect some cobalt to start getting my blacksmith up, but it'll probably be the rest of the stream, which is a shame. A new quest has become available. I don't have catch up on those quests. I will eventually do all the quests. I just need to set aside a block of time to do it. Minor. Ash, what do you mean by I got your Discord? I don't think I do. I can probably just do this. Thanalan. Is it raw cobalt that I need? Yes, and it's going to require 2. Oh, no worries, Ash. But thank you. You may have sent it before, but I might not have. I need to update my Discord. Woo! Got a rare. Most boring part is trying to get the materials needed to level the crafters. Actually, by the looks of it, I got three rares. Not paying attention. I am so glad they added flying to the old world. It makes things so much easier. I find it interesting that all three of the MMOs I play have semi-different takes on mounts depending on the game. World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV have the same kind of idea about the running and then the increase in mount speed. Thank you for sending it. I will definitely take a look at it. But what I like about Final Fantasies is some of the mounts have special actions, and they're just so cool to see every now and again. And the different takes on mounts is just fascinating to me, such as an example is Guild Wars 2 with the idea that you have to have the mount interact with the world. So they don't just introduce flying, they introduce falling with style, basically. You're gliding with style. And each mount interacts differently with the world. It's just so interesting to see the different takes. And this game with its special action buttons generally having a meaning with the beast tribe that you got them from, and then also the barding on a chocobo, being able to dress up one of your mounts is very unique for the MMOs I at least play. My chocobo's name is Dearth, and he is wearing the Hades barding. Because I apparently name everything after Dragon Age. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Dearth in the Elvish language in Dragon Age means secret, and I purposely got the Hades barding, well, one, because I really like the Hades barding, and two, because I liked the idea of my chocobo, whose name's Secret, wearing the Hades barding. Ash says, I do like Guild Wars 2's take on the mount system. Same. In fact, it is probably my favorite take on the mount system to date. I admit sometimes the slow fall is, when I'm wanting just to mine materials or something, kind of sad because you can easily get in combat, but otherwise, Guild Wars 2's take is really, really fun. It really forces you to think, how can I best stay up in the world? One of my favorite things to do when I'm playing is I'll take my Springer, purposely try to get to the highest point I possibly can on my Springer, then jump on my Sky Scale, get up as high as the Sky Scale will go, then I will use one of the bonded abilities to leap off of my mount, glide, and then jump on my Griffin. Just so I can have the Griffin to fly over as much as I possibly can, as fast as I can. Does it take longer to do that? Probably, but it is really, really fun. just to see if you can get up as high as you can and how fast you can go across the map. The other thing I like trying to do is trying to control the roller beetle. I'm slowly learning. I actually had an epic fail on the roller beetle in my last stream. I was trying to get into Lion's Arch and I just zoomed past and then I ended up falling into the water. Because I tried to take too sharp of a turn. Asha has got to get hang time low. That is very true. I will probably stop mining the cobalt when I reach 100, because that would be 50 items. I'm trying to think what my favorite mount in this game is. I know my favorite mount in Guild Wars 2 is the Griffin, but what is my favorite mount in Final Fantasy XIV? Huh, that is the question. I think currently it's the mount that I literally just got this morning. It's like, wait, I have a hotkey to that, which is Il Tao. I probably just completely butchered his name. I really liked his story and things like that, and right now he has to be my favorite mount. My favorite mount in World of Warcraft is 100% going to be the Moon Priestess Saber mount. Although I do admit that the reason I went after the Piglet first out of all of the mounts that you can get through Beast Tribes is because it's my favorite Beast Tribe mount. Man, that Beast Tribe had a good story. Part of me regrets finishing it. I just realized I probably have the 100 I need, and yet I'm still doing this. Okay. We're good on materials. It's funny, the only game I don't have a favorite character in is World of Warcraft. Probably Dragon Age, because it's too hard to decide. Way too hard to decide. Which is a good and bad thing. I know that I had a favorite in Origins and in Dragon Age 2, Inquisition not so much. And it's not because characters were horrible in Dragon Age Inquisition, it's just more... How do I describe that? I liked all of them. I mean, there's times that you want to not like a character, but at the same time, they're already there, so they still have a compelling storyline. There we go. That's what I was after. I really hope Dragon Age 4 ends up being pretty good. I do not have that macroed. That would not have been a good thing. User macro. Oh, well, I don't have a macro because I'm on the wrong class. Of course, I close the macro. We'll eventually get to crafting again. And I'll eventually get in my next mount in Ishgard. Probably another reason I'm not caught up in this game is when I do play it, I'm generally crafting. Because I should be focusing on battle jobs while I have all of the rest of that I have, but I just want to craft. The crafting, if I had to choose crafting from any of the 3 MMOs that I play that I like the most, it is 100% this game. For a second there, I panicked thinking I would not get that. And... no? Oh, I need to update those. level 20 weapons, probably not the best thing in the world. I don't think Ishgard sells base ones, so I'm gonna have to go into my savings to get some. Actually, I know that's gonna delete my sprint. That would be because I finished the Weaver storyline for level 50. Of course. Ash says, craft is pretty chill. Crafting is really fun. I actually enjoy crafting in every game, which is probably why in Guild Wars 2 I spend most of my time going after legendary weapons. And eventually armor. I have, I think, 3 legendary weapons going at the moment in Guild Wars 2, so I need to kind of get those guys done. I am on my blacksmith. That's probably really... no, nothing found, of course. I could probably just craft myself new... yeah, I would have to go into... that one I don't. Yeah, a lot going on in every game. I keep forgetting to do my daily in World vs. World in Guild Wars 2 for working towards the Gift of Battle. I'll eventually remember it. It's somewhere over the rainbow. I actually wonder, I don't need a really high level one. No, that's more expensive. Just higher level. And now people get to see how bad my inventory is. No. Wait. It's like, yes, I need to retrieve that materia. Return to inventory. I actually still consider myself a sprout in a lot of aspects of this game. Because they are so... every game is so different, and every game has its own complexities. I didn't need to click on that. Cobalt file. Ooh, I can put 3 CP in there. Let's do that. You've seen worse. Thank you, Ash. Inventory management is not my strongest suit. Which is a shame, because I would actually really like to have my inventory looking nice and pristine and wonderful, but it's never a priority. You should see my crafter in World of Warcraft. Her inventory currently, because she has crafting materials being funneled to her, even though she's at level 51, is a living nightmare, and I need to fix it before Tuesday's mount runs. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Probably should unlock the storage in the bank for her. But most of the time my inventory is just... I try to keep at least one entire section free. Ash says, I'm very much a sprout in crafting, LOL. I am also still considering myself a sprout. I'm trying very hard to learn as much as I can because it is what I want to focus on in this game. That and the story. The story is amazing. That is for sure. Out of every MMO I've ever played, this one does actually have the best story. Guild Wars 2's story is also really really great as well. I actually... There's a funny story about Guild Wars 2 and its story. In one of the story chapters in Living World, I actually stopped playing the game entirely until the next Living World came out because I was so distraught over it. Ash says, my highest is like level 34. That's actually pretty good still. Just getting up to level 34 is pretty hard. This character was the one I decided that I wanted to focus crafting on, so before I even had Ishgard unlocked, I was trying very hard to level up all of them to 50. And I succeeded, but... and then I got spoiled because the repairs were free. The reason it took me forever to catch up on story was actually because I was trying to level every single class and job on this one character to be the same level. So I would get one to 50, then start another to get it to 50, then rinse and repeat. Thank you for the like. So that is actually why, if you look at all my characters, so many are resting at like level 50. Is because I did that. Like, I'm caught up on the story, but it was definitely the reason it was taking me so long to get through. A Realm Reborn storyline had nothing to do with the Realm Reborn itself. Thank you for the second like. Funny thing is, everyone talks about how bad A Realm Reborn is compared to the rest of the expansions, and compared to the rest, yes, it's not great. But it is still a really, really good storyline. At least I enjoyed it. The first time through, I was really hooked. I can name my favorite character from every single expansion, and between expansions, Point X series. Thancred was A Realm Reborn. Alphino was 2.X. Heaven's Ward is Estinian. 3.X is... My mind just went blank. God, he's one of my favorite characters and I completely spaced his name. Ash says that's because of the 300 MSQ. Mostly. Very, very true. .0 is actually... I'm skipping 3.x until I remember the name of the character. God, I feel so horrible because he remains to this day one of my all-time favorite characters. He's probably my third favorite character in this game and I forget his name. 4.0 actually is a tie between two characters. Hien and Lise. Not 5.0, 4.0. God, 5.0. Then 4.x is 100% Alize. And unfortunately, I don't know who for 5.x is my favorite character. I do know for... Actually, I need to replay through Shadowbringers again, because there's so many characters who are tied. Obviously, the Crystal Exarch is going to be either Shadowbringers or the 5.x. Because he is my all-time favorite character. I try not to choose the same favorite character by... more than once. I do know in Shadowbringers I started to really, really enjoy Urianger. I feel like you get to know him better throughout Shadowbringers. Mainly because he's actually there more times than not. Well, he's there throughout the entirety of every expansion. It's just, he's a very quiet character, which is a very good thing. We need our quiet characters from time to time. Ash says, New Game Plus is a thing. Yes, it is a thing. I have unlocked it, and I did start parts of it. Ash says, it makes replaying so much better. It does. The problem with New Game Plus is if I want to do story summaries, I have to still, for the very first part of the story, double check to see where it starts and then replay through the storylines that this character didn't. Such as if I want to do a summary over Gridania, I need to have a character start in Gridania, and if I want to have a story summary over Linsalo Minsa, I have to have a character start there. Otherwise, New Game Plus is wonderful and so good. I have been leveling 2 new characters just to get footage for summary there. Otherwise, I have clicked on the replay for A Realm Reborn thus far. You do have to lose all of your progress in it when you want to switch storylines, however, so... Which makes sense. It's not a bad thing. And I clicked on... I was replaying Shadowbringers for a time, and then I went back. I believe that New Game Plus, if I recall, starts right when you pick up your first actual quest that isn't tutorial for the world, but I would have to go back and double check. It's been a while since I've clicked on it and done it, and I've probably stopped and trashed that play session and started a new one, and and that was all... God, was that 2 months ago now? That was 2 months ago now. I just have not had the time that I think I have to do things. It's 7, so after this craft I'm going to have to end the stream. So I'll turn these guys in and then bow out. Just so that when I log in, I'm not like, why do I have all these crafting materials in my inventory? Why didn't I turn these in? I don't know why I did it that way. Must go faster. Must level up faster. Alright guys, I'm going to be ending the stream there. My next stream should be tomorrow at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Mountain Time, same as always. Saturday and Sunday won't have a stream as I'm going to be getting my Twitch set up. And then hopefully Monday's stream will be on Twitch. I will see you guys on the next one.